Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum 8th class. Today we will start our second chapter, that is solving a biological problem. Basically in first chapter we have studied about biology, its introduction, its branches, role of scientists in the development of different branches of science. Then we studied about level of organization, then cellular organization. Now we will study about how we can solve a biological problem. Science is the systemized knowledge derived from observation and experiment. These experiments are carried out to determine the principle about how natures operate. Scientists like chemists, biologists, and physicists use the same scientific method to make and test new theories. Basically, science depends on two things: observation and experiment. Through these observation and experiment, we make hypotheses, then we test these hypotheses and makes laws and principle. And we know that how natures depend on these things and how things happens into the nature. Biological method. Questions about living things have provided problems that man has investigated to aid his own survival and to satisfy his desire to know. Basically, through biological method, we investigate different problems which we are facing in our daily life for our own survival and our own to satisfy our desire to know about these things. The scientific method in which biological problems are solved is termed as biological method. It comprises the step a biologist adopts in order to solve a biological problem. The scientific method which we use to solve a biological problem is known as biological method. Through these steps, we can solve any biological problem which we are facing. Biological method has played an important part in scientific research for almost 500 years. From Galileo's experiment in the 1590s to current research, the biological method has contributed to the advancement in the medicine, ecology, technology, etc. Biological method also ensure the quality of data for public use. Scientists using biological method to solve any problem for almost 500 years ago. Galileo start experiment in 1590s. Now modern research also based on experimentation. So due to this method, we have advancement in medicine, ecology, and technology. And the data which we get from this method are of good quality and are easily used by. Basically, man has always been a biologist. He had to be a biologist in order to live. Early in history, he was a hunter of animal and a gatherer of fruits, seeds, roots, etc. The more he knew about animal and their habitat, the more successful hunter he was. The more he knew about plant, the better he distinguished between edible and non-edible plants. So it is in nature of human that he observe things around it and get result from it. Biological problem, hypothesis, detections, and experiment. In biology, like other sciences, new things are being discovered and long held theories are being modified or replaced with better ones as more data knowledge is accumulated. This happens when biologists recognize some biological problem and go for its solution. In solving a biological problem, biologist takes following step. The first one is recognition of biological problem. The second one is observation. Third one, hypothesis formulation. Fourth, deduction. Fifth, experimentation. Sixth, summarization of result or create tables, graphics, etc. and reporting the result. Like other science, in biology also new things are being discovered and long held theories which have been made so many years before are being modified and replaced with better ones as more data or knowledge is gathered about them. So scientists take following step to solve any biological problem. Recognition of the biological problem. This is the first step which scientists use to solve any biological problem. Basically, first we have to know about what is the problem which we have to solve. So it could be the anything, any question which someone asks to the scientist or it come to its mind. Biologists go for adopting biological method when they encounter some biological problem. A biological problem is a question related to living organism that is either asked by someone or comes in biologist's mind by himself. Observation. After recognition of the biological problem, the scientists use observation. They can do observation by using their five senses, that is vision, hearing, smell, taste and touch. First they recall his or her previous observation which have done before. Then they make new observation by using their five senses. Observation may be of two types, quantitative and qualitative. As the first step in solving a biological problem, the biologist recall his or her previous observation or makes new ones. Observations are made with five senses of vision, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. Observation may be both quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative observations are considered more accurate than qualitative ones because the former are invariable and measurable and can be recorded in terms of numbers. Example of quantitative and qualitative observation are given below. Because quantitative observation we can measure it and it is invariable, but qualitative we can't measure it or it is variable. Qualitative observation: the freezing point of water is colder than the boiling point. A liter of water is heavier than a liter of ethanol. And quantitative observation: the freezing point of water is 0 centigrade and the boiling point of water is 100 centigrade. A liter of water weighs 1000 gram and a liter of ethanol weighs 789 grams. You can see the clear difference between these two observations. In qualitative observation there is no value, so just we can give an estimation about that the freezing point of water is than the boiling point. But in quantitative observation you can see the numbers. The freezing point of water is 0 centigrade and the boiling point is 100 centigrade. Same the case with the second example. A liter of water is heavier than a liter of ethanol. How many heavier? Know about it. But in the second example you can see that a liter of water weighs 1000 gram and a liter of ethanol weighs 789 gram. So here you can see the clear difference between these two observations. Observation is also include reading and studying what others have done in the past because scientific knowledge is ever growing. Like Darwin, not only observed and took notes during his voyage, but he also read the books of or works of other naturalists to form his theory of evolution. Formulation of hypotheses. Observation do not become scientific observation until they are organized and related to a question. Biologists organize his and her and others' observation into data form and construct a statement that may be proved to be the answer of the biological problem under study. It means in this step, scientists organize the data which he have been collecting from observation and from his previous knowledge and from the observation of other scientists. Then he construct a statement that could be the answer of the biological problem which we are studying. This tentative explanation of observation is called a hypothesis. It may be defined as a proposition that might be true. A hypothesis should have the following characteristic. It should be a general statement. It should be a tentative idea. It should agree with available observation. It should be kept as simple as possible. It should be testable and potentially falsifiable. In other words, there should be a way to show the hypothesis is false, a way to disprove the hypothesis. Basically, hypothesis should be a general statement and it should be agree with the available observation. Scientists make the hypothesis and they perform experiment to disprove his own hypothesis. If the hypothesis proves correct in experimentation, that it could be the answer of the problem. A great deal of careful and creative thinking is necessary for the formulation of a hypothesis. Biologists use reasoning to formulate a hypothesis. Deduction. In the next step, biologists draw deduction from hypothesis. Deductions are the logical consequences of hypothesis. For this purpose, a hypothesis is taken as true and expected results are drawn from it. Generally, in biological method, if a particular hypothesis is true, then one should accept a certain result. This involves the use of if and then logic. Biologists can't usually check every situation where a hypothesis might apply. Let's consider a hypothesis. All plant cells have a nucleus. Biologists cannot examine every living single plant and every plant that has ever lived to see if this hypothesis is false. Instead, biologists generate deduction using reasoning. From the above hypothesis, a biologist can make the following deduction. If I examine cell from a blade of grass, then each one will have a nucleus. So here you can see if and then logic. Experimentation. The most basic step of biological method is experimentation. Through experimentation, we prove that our deduction or our hypothesis is true or not, and scientists always try to disprove his own hypothesis. Biologists perform experiment to see if hypotheses are true or not. The deduction which are drawn from hypotheses are subjected to rigorous testing. Through experimentation, biologists learn which hypothesis is correct. The incorrect hypotheses are rejected, and then the one which proves correct is accepted. An accepted hypothesis makes the prediction that provide an important way to further test its validity. It means if one hypothesis proves correct and it can be accepted and other are rejected, and other scientists take it as a challenge to disprove this correct hypothesis. What is control in experiments? In science, when doing the experiment, it must be a controlled experiment. The scientist must contrast a experimental group with a control group. The two groups are treated exactly alike except for the one variable being tested. For example, in an experiment to test the necessity of carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, one can contrast the control group, a plant with freely available carbon dioxide, with an experimental group, a plant with no carbon dioxide available. The necessity of carbon dioxide will be proved when photosynthesis occurs in control group and does not occur in the experimental group. Basically, when scientists perform experiment, the experiment should be controlled. They form two groups. First one is known as control group and the second one known as experimental group. That variable which is being tested is given to the one group and not given to the other group. As you can see in the diagram, scientist is checking the availability of carbon dioxide. Is it necessary for photosynthesis? So control group is given free carbon dioxide, and the experimental group there is no carbon dioxide available. So you can see that photosynthesis occur in control group but not occur in the experimental group. Through this experiment, they can contrast, they can compare the result. Summarization of results. Biologists gather actual quantitative data from experiments. Data for each of the groups are then averaged and compared statistically. To draw conclusion, biologists also use statistical analysis. To make results, scientists always use laws and principle or formulas from stat and get average result, because we do 3, 4 or 5 experiment and get an average result from them. Reporting the result, biologists publish their finding in scientific journals and book, in talks at national and international meeting, and in seminars at college and university. Publishing of result is an essential part of scientific method. It allows other people to verify the results or apply the knowledge to solve other problem. Scientists always report their result by different platform that other people know about it and use their rules and method to solve their own problems in different way. This is all about today's lecture. Hopefully you have learned about solving a biological problem in detail. If you find any difficulty, you can ask me. So student, you have to write it in your NEET folder.